Hello everyone, we're back here Thursday afternoon, 3 o'clock, cooking with Grandma Tanner. She got back from her little trip from last week and she's back in the kitchen. Today she has a special guest with her, and I'll let Grandma Tanner introduce him.
Well, this is Roger Raya, and this recipe is what he has come up with. But Roger has been with us for 14 years. For 3 years, he worked in the bakery. He was one of our donut makers.
Well, I remember Roger worked in the bakery cooking up lunch.
That's right, and baking all your treats.
Yep.
Yeah, he was real busy over there for 3 years, and then he graduated to the market, and now he sorts apples and bags them and talks to the customers and does a great job for us.
Well, thank you.
So we are going to do this microwave sockeye salmon. So do you want to put the seasoning on there first? We do have, I'm just going to tell you, we have a salmon seasoning, but you know there's shortages of everything, and we were going to use it, but we have 12 left. So we have decided to go with this here Smokin' Ghost Barbecue, which we tried it, and it's get just a little tang to it, and it's very good. So he's going to show you how he does that.
So today we're making sockeye salmon in the microwave. So it's a really super easy dish. Probably cooks really quick. Yep. So it's a quick, easy dinner. You can make some mashed potatoes or macaroni and cheese or whatever and a vegetable with it. So Roger is going to show us how he does this. And you said you do it every week?
Yes, I do this every week, every Friday. I make it for my daughter and I. I developed this recipe over the years, and it seems to work really, really well. You start off with, I use wild Alaskan sockeye salmon. It's only with a few salmons that are actually red in color. They're high in omega-3 and they're very healthy for you. And it really is a quick and easy dinner. First thing you do is you take a little bit of granulated garlic, lightly on it, very lightly.
What if you really, really like garlic?
Then you can use more.
I just read somewhere that garlic is like
then
vanilla.
You're use the barbecue ghost. Then you're going to use this right here, apples, Tanner's apple.
Apple pecan dressing.
That kind of marinates it a little bit.
Yeah.
And if it has vinegar in it, and anything that has vinegar in it will, or cider, will tenderize your meats.
I think we've used that apple pecan and do we have a peach pecan too?
Yes, we have a peach pecan.
We've used them on marinating pork before, and that was really good.
Yes.
We're going to take this and put this in the microwave. We're going to cook it for approximately 6 minutes and 30 seconds. This depends on your microwave, the power of your microwave. Your microwave is about 1,000 megawatts or 1,000 or higher. They'll come out fine, but if it's lower than that, you have to cook it longer. We'll put it in at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. We'll take it out and we'll check it.
Don't.
Mom don't want anybody to see that. Grandma don't.
Well, yeah, we
don't have a a big production here at Cooking with Grandma Tanner. She actually cooks in our break room. This is the break room for our employees. So we try to keep some of the stuff out, but it serves its
works
purpose.
out great. I love my little stainless steel table that they got me, and it works great. Now another thing, while that is cooking, this Zesty Bread Dipping mix, you can mix that with half a cup of olive oil, and it would be something really good to sprinkle some of this on top of your salmon. It is also good for dipping bread. If you're going to have guests over and you have some nice bread that you want to serve, why, this is one of our top sellers.
I wonder if you could use that to make a pasta salad.
Oh, yeah. It's got lots of nice ingredients in it: garlic, herbs and spices, salt, and red pepper. And it has just a little zest to it, and it's very good. So I think you could use it on different meats.
Since we have such a high production budget here, I just got a phone call, so the screen might have went black. This is very high production here. Sorry about that. A little shaky in the camera. So we're cooking that in the microwave, and then what else do you serve with it? What do you like to serve with your fish, Roger?
You can serve it with a rice, a salad, even green beans. All this is really it's a true fast meal, and it's very good for you. Be careful though not to overcook it. You overcook it, then it's going to be tough. It's not really made for the microwave, but you can use the microwave, which I've used for more than 20 years on this fish.
Roger another job he used to do was he would sample our squash.
Yes, that's true.
So he would always cook those in the microwave too. So you've been using the microwave for years.
Yes, I have.
What do we got left on it?
But the salmon is very healthy for you, and you can get, now these were thinner pieces, but if you buy it at the grocery store where it's a little bit thicker, I have done it in the regular oven at about 375 or 400 and put some seasoning on it and baked it, or on the grill. Jenny, one Mother's Day, we had salmon on the grill, and she used the salmon seasoning, and then she poured a little maple syrup over it.
Mm-hmm. And our sweet bourbon sauce is really good on it too. I've done that.
So a lot of these sauces and seasonings that we have that we're selling here at the orchard are real good for all your dishes that you want in the evening.
So if any of you guys have that are watching, or you know of friends that have made up recipes, made dishes out of our products that are really good, don't send us the ones that are not so good. But if you guys have good recipes using our products, we'd love to hear them, and maybe Grandma Tanner will be able to cook them on Cooking with Grandma Tanner, because sometimes she starts running out of things to cook. So we're always asking all our friends and family and employees on different things they use.
Well, and what I like to do is meals or a dish that only takes a few minutes, and a lot of times ingredients that you do have in your cupboard. And last week Jenny made that chili while I was gone, and that was really a hit. Ladies came and bought that.
Yeah, it was really good chili.
And corn salsa, and dumped it in their chili. That was a different idea for chili. And wasn't that a recipe from one of your friends?
Yep, one of my friends, she came up with that. She loves to come out here and get our different products, and she loves to cook. So she's come up with some. She said that's not so good, but she's done a lot of good ones. She uses she makes a pasta salad with our garlic and onion dip mix, the Wildwood dip mix, and she uses the hot pepper bacon jam in egg salad, and she's used that in chili to give it a little bit of a flavor. The hot pepper bacon jam is also good on sandwiches, like a sausage and egg sandwich. It's really good. So that's a lot of
so another thing that we have a lot of right now is beautiful butternut squash, and we should have them all the way till the end of November, and then sometimes the last couple weeks in November they do go on sale if you want to store some up for your winter. Keep them in a cool place. Another thing I want to talk about is how to store apples. We do have a little sign out there how to store your apples once you buy them. You need to put them in a plastic bag with a little bit of water and keep them in the refrigerator, because all of our refrigerators that we buy now are frost free. So there's a fan running in there at all times, and it will just shrivel your apples right up if you don't have them in a plastic bag.
With water.
With water, yes.
And how much water do you put in?
Well, like a half a pack, about this big, or a gallon size Ziploc bag. I think I would put about 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
Of
Well,
water
man,
in
that
there.
it don't smell like fishy at all. It smells like apples.
I have also used the rib spices here. You take round and make a patty out of it, and you put the rib spice
Ribeye.
seasoning we have here, you put it on top of it. And it comes out really good too.
Yeah, a lot of people like that. What is it, robust ribeye
Yes, robust
seasoning?
ribeye, yes.
All right, well, our fish is done. We're going to see how it turned out here.
You need hot pads?
Yes, please. Thank you.
It doesn't smell very fishy. That's what I was afraid of. It smells the apple. You can smell the apple dressing.
The lid is on.
So put in the microwave with the lid for about 6 minutes.
30 seconds.
6
And then you
minutes.
check it, and if it flakes, it is done. It's
Oh,
done.
yeah. That
Do
looks
not-
really good.
Do not overcook it, then you'll wreck it.
You'll wreck it, he says.
So for 6 minutes, you have your meat.
6 minutes and 30 seconds.
And you get minute rice. And there's another 5 minutes. Man, you can have a meal in 15 minutes.
Yeah. True meal
Yeah.
instead of out of a box.
So
Yeah.
there you go, everyone. That was the microwave sockeye salmon. Roger, he packs apples for us in the front there. You see him pretty much Monday through Thursday. You can stop and talk to him. He has all kinds of recipes that he shares. He has a really good, what's that beef one you have?
Italian beef, which I'll bring in a
Italian
couple
beef.
weeks.
He brings it all into us, feeds us one day. But this was the sockeye salmon, and we put the smoking ghost barbecue, or as one lady likes to call it, we call it this now, the boo sprinkles. It's the boo sprinkles, and apple pecan dressing and some garlic powder. And then just stick it in there for about 6 minutes, a little less if you like it a little rare, or a little more. Roger says you'll ruin it, but if you like it a little more cooked, then you go right ahead. It's your food. So thank you, everybody, for watching. And Roger, thanks for showing us how to do this in the microwave. I might have to try it sometime.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
All right, Grandma Tanner, we'll see you next week.
Next Thursday.